So, I was speaking when the other video cut off, and I was talking about how one of my exes wouldn't fucking play cards with me, man. She wouldn't. And in my opinion, if a person can't play cards with you, don't marry them. I'm serious. If a woman or a man can't sit down with you and play any type of board games with you, there's no reason for you guys to be together. I'm serious. I shouldn't even really have to put that in retrospect for people, but I will, because people are that slow and that retarded. Not all people, but a lot. And I hate to say that. I wish I didn't have to say that. But it's the truth. But in a relationship, man, it's important to put the effort into entertaining each other, you know what I mean? Getting to know each other, you know, being a kid. And that's the whole point of a relationship. A woman, listen, man, your significant other, the person that you should marry, is the person that brings the kid out of you, that makes you feel like you did when you were growing up. Where you don't feel, you don't have no conscious guilt or conscious what if they, you know, like, you say and do whatever it is that you will do from your heart without worrying about what they think or what they're going to say or what they're going to do. And it's hard to find that. And the only way you're going to ever really truly find that and make a marriage last is with Jesus. So, I'm eating this little blueberry pie I bought yesterday. And I like sweets in the morning for the most part. Unless I'm super hungry, which I kind of am. I'm like really hungry. I really want like a burger right now or something. Or a breakfast, you know, like eggs, bacon, or sausage, or even not meat, you know, just a country omelet, you know, biscuit, eggs, and gravy, something like that. Or even Margarita makes the best burritos, man, breakfast burritos. And I love when she makes tinga de bollo. That stuff is amazing. Especially, you can eat that stuff any day. I love when she makes tinga. Tinga is like pretty much, like, you can make it, I don't know, you look it up, man. It's easy to look that stuff up. But if you have the internet, that's why I get tired of people, man. Like, people have no, I don't know. I don't like talking down on people. That's why it's frustrating for me to speak like that all the time. It is. I don't like speaking down on people at all. I like picking people up. That's why I share so much knowledge. That's why I started doing these videos. It sucks when the spirit, I mean, it doesn't suck, but the spirit pushes me to talk like the way I do sometimes, and I apologize, but I don't, you know, because some people need it. For those that don't need it, you already know that stuff, I apologize. I do. Bear with me and go through it, because you might, my videos are so all over the place, you know, right now, because it's my life, you know, they're not the edited videos, the stuff that I'm going to be doing, as I travel. So, that's why I say, you know, you might want to stay tuned and actually still watch my videos, because I'm going to be touching on a lot of stuff that a lot of people still don't know, you know, even if you do know a lot of the stuff that I am talking about. So, but I'm going to go ahead and start the Bible study, because it's 9 o'clock and I want to get going. I didn't want to go too early though, because it's cold. You know, it's still, you know, the sun is... Here, we go look right now. I have to open up the window. See, the sun is just now coming out, you know? So, like, normal people are just now waking up. Most people, lazy people. Actually, lazy people don't even get up till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Alright, so we're going to read Proverbs 31, for starters, which is a queen, which, that's another thing, is you should test all your women. Cards is a good way, board games is a good way to test your women. I'm serious, man, or your man. Bring out your best, play the card games you grew up playing as a kid, bring out the games, board games. Or bring your family together. Take that TV, turn it off, man. Put it somewhere. That's why I broke the TV. There's no TV in my room. You'll never see a TV in my room, ever. Ever. You'll sleep better. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I have electronics. I'm an electronic geek. I have a TV. Trust me, I have a TV. It's in the back. It's in the studio, in the office room. And I don't put it in the couch room. I always set up a bed on the floor. I may get one of those mats. I put it those cushions, those foam things. I put those on the floor. And then I put always a bunch of blankets and pillows and stuff. That way the whole family can just lay on the floor together. And then it's so much more comfortable that way. It's so much better than being on the couch. It's more personable. Because people on the couch, they sit on the couch or on this side of the couch or on the end of the couch and they're on their phone, Listen, when people come to my house, I make them put their phone on that table. I do. You see this table? That's why all those cords are there. I tell everybody in my family, listen, you're going to put your cord, you're going to put your phone down there, you're going to plug it in, and then it's called family time. It's called dinner time. It's going to happen. That's another reason why my family kind of left. So, Margarita's all for it. She knows all this stuff. She's the same kind of person as me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, your kids aren't gonna fucking not even know, people are stupid, man. But, we're gonna read Proverbs. So, we're almost there. Proverbs is the Old Testament, if you don't know. It's usually, I think, before Psalms or after Psalms. I think it's before. It might be after. I don't know. It's probably after. I think it's after. Almost there. I think so. Psalms is a pretty big, look, 146 chapters, 100. There we go, Proverbs. But yeah, there's a lot of. Psalms got a lot of chapters. 147 chapters, it looks like, something like that. It's a lot of chapters. One of the biggest books. Alright. Proverbs 31. So if you ever want a wife, a real woman, a queen, this is what you need to read and you need to learn and understand this. It says, speak out for justice, the words of King Lemuel, the strong advice his mother gave him. O son of mine, what can you be thinking of? Child of whom I bore, the son I dedicated to God, don't dissipate your virility on fortune-hunting women, promiscuous women who shipwreck leaders. Leaders can't afford to make fool of themselves, gulping wine and swilling beer, lest hungover they don't know right from wrong, and the people who depend on them are hurt. Use wine and beer only as sedatives to kill the pain and dull the ache of the mentally, terminally ill, for whom life is a living death. Speak up for the people who have no voice, for the rights of all the down and outers. Speak out for justice, stand up for the poor and the destitute. So that's his mom saying that to him, that's how to be a good leader, to be a good king. And then his mother, his queen, his mom, which is a queen, tells her son how to look for a good woman, which a mom should do. My mom's never done that, So it's good that there's the Bible, and it's good that this is here. So I'm going to read it, okay? It says, hymn to a good wife. It says, a good woman is hard to find, and worth more. It says, sorry, I'll redo this. I do this a lot. It says, him to a good wife. A good woman is hard to find and worth far more than diamonds. Her husband trusts her without reserve and never has a reason to regret. Never spiteful, she treats him generously all her life long. She shops around for the best yarns and cottons and enjoys knitting and sewing. She's like a trading ship that sails to faraway places and brings back exotic surprises and spices. She's up before dawn preparing breakfast for her family and organizing her day. She looks over a field and she buys it. Then, with the money she puts aside, she plants a garden. First thing in the morning, she dresses for work, rolls up her sleeves, eager to work to get started for the day. She senses the worth of her work and is in no hurry to call it quits for the day. She's skilled in the crafts of home and hearth, diligent in homemaking and taking care of the family and children. She's quick to assist anyone in need, reaches out to help the poor and the needy. She doesn't worry about her family when it snows. The winter clothes are all mended and ready to wear, nice and warm, ready for the making. She makes her own clothing and dresses in colorful linens and silks. Her husband is greatly respected when he deliberates with the city fathers and the people of importance. She designs gowns and sells them, brings them sweaters she knits to the dress shops. All her clothes are well made and elegant, and she always faces tomorrow with a smile. When she speaks, she has something worthwhile to say, and she always says it kindly. She keeps an eye on everyone in her household and keeps them all busy and productive. Her children respect and bless her. Her husband joins in with words of praise. Many women have done wonderful things, but you have outclassed them all. Margarita, you have done so for sure. Charm can mislead and beauty soon fades. The woman is to be admired and praised. As the woman who lives in the fear of God, give her everything she deserves. Festoon her life with praises. He's saying, like any woman that, listen, if you find a woman that loves Jesus, that truly loves Jesus, and spends the time in the Word every day, and even if she doesn't, she loves you for your heart, and you can see this, and you truly love her, go for her, man. Go for her. She's worth it. But if you're looking for a woman, this is a good way to test. And same with a man. If you're a woman and you hear this, that's a good way to read this and see what it is to be a respectable woman. And you know how to be a respectable woman. You'll know how to be a respectable woman to find yourself a respectable man. So, that's, and there's other verses, this is the remix, and as I read it, I add my own little stuff to it, you know what I mean? So it's personal, you can read Proverbs 31, though, in another Bible. There's many different translations. But if you read a regular, King James translation, and then you listen to the video, you see why I like this book. It's a good study book. It's not the real deal, you know what I mean? I love having the real deal. Trust me, I had the real deal. I have many. I have a concordance. I have Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. I have many books. I have the Bible Encyclopedia. I have a lot of stuff. A lot of books. I love books. I mentioned that in a video. So I'm going to go ahead and read the other stuff that I said I mentioned in another video. I kind of wanted to read scriptures to kind of tie into everything that I've been saying and bring everyone up to speed. So I always do when I study, I always do 2 Old Testaments, and I always do 2 New Testaments. I'll use the Strong's Concordance. I'll pick a random word, or a topic, or idea, whatever it is I'm looking, I find. Maybe it's not even I'm thinking, I just open up the book, I look for something that catches my eye. I'll look in the Strong's Concordance, and I'll go find it in the Bible. That's what I do. That's how I study. But I always, for the most part, try to look for 2 in the Old Testament, 2 in the New Testament. And for the number 4, I study numbers. That's why I have all this stuff, all these numbers and money and dice and dominoes and empty liquor bottles, which I need to go. I need a full one. Probably shouldn't say that. So I'm gonna go ahead and read them. Hopefully it doesn't clip out. Not bad if it does. So we've been talking about Proverbs 31, wives and marriages. So I'm going to head and read Genesis 34. It's really the first passage that they really talk about marriage in the Bible. That's why I believe it's important, and for the most part. I'm going to read it. It says, One day Dinah, the daughter Leah, had given Jacob, went to visit some of the women in that country. Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, who was chieftain there, saw her and raped her. Then he felt a strong attraction to Dinah. Jacob's daughter fell in love with her and wooed her. Shechem went to his father Hamor, "Get me this girl for my wife." Jacob heard that Shechem had raped his daughter Dinah, but his sons were out in the fields with the livestock, so he didn't say anything until they got home. Hamor, Shechem's father, went to Jacob to work out the marriage arrangements. Meanwhile, Jacob's son, on their way back from the fields, heard what had happened. They were outraged, explosive with anger. Who wouldn't? Shechem's rape of Jacob's daughter was intolerable in Israel and not to be put up with, right? Hamor spoke with Jacob and his sons. "My son Shechem is head over heels in love with your daughter. Give her to him as his wife, and to marry with us. Give your daughter to us, and we'll give our daughters to you. Live together with us as one family. Settle down among us and make yourselves at home. Prosper among us."